Yep.
Very well.
Onwards and maybe not upwards, but oh well. Let's just loot everything here.
Yep.
Let's unlock everything and then loot.
Very well.
Ew.
With flair.
Hang on one sec.
Very well.
Ooh. Plus 3 arrows. Damn it. Kill everything that isn't nailed down and on fire. Yes, we're horrifically cursed. I mean, for all I know, I just picked up a couple cursed scrolls, but... Oh good, that one wasn't cursed.
With flair.
That must be one of those mild curses.
All right, all right.
The letters on this parchment are handwritten, but blocky and efficient, utterly devoid of personality, the penmanship of one who deals more in numbers than in words. The note reads, Dear Saren, it took longer to collect the proper amount of gold than it should have, and far too long to return it to you. I cannot tell you how sincerely grateful I am for your patience in this matter. Here you should find all the monies owed you, plus an additional 17 gold pieces. I realize this small token in no way makes up for my failure, but to try and find more would have been to delay repaying you even longer than I have already. I hope this finds you in good spirits and health. Thank you once again. Best regards, O Phyllis. First assistant to Sub-Treasurer Zink of the High Hall, Baldur's Gate. Yes, if you don't remember me, I'm the fellow who misplaced your gold. Oh, oh Phyllis, friend. Faces of Evil, Volume 13. Originally written by a plain-walking sage, this time-worn volume is part of a much larger work containing studies of various Batezu fiends. Many of the book's pages have been torn out, but those fragments that remain offer some potentially useful information. Most Batezu can only be harmed by enchanted weapons. Oh yeah, we will definitely murder his killers so hard. The most powerful of fiends constantly radiate an aura of fear. Impervious to flame, fiends revel in the use of fire-based magic. The bite of some fiends is highly poisonous and may infect the victim with devastating disease. Tezu enjoy mind games. They often use charm magic to turn their opponents against
Den
each
of stinking evil. Actually, this evil is not as smelly as it usually is. We come for you anyway. Well scrubbed evil.
Thank you, Minsk. Powerful fiends possess certain magical abilities they can exercise at will. These include invisibility and teleportation. Tattered remnants of the tome's pages provide no further insight, at least none that you are able to decipher. Statue occupied this spot once, but all that remains of it now are stone fragments strewn across the floor.
Good to see you again. We're holding the entrance to the tunnels and making sure any Crusaders coming back this way are captured or killed.
What should I do?
Kalar's holed up beneath us in the basement. Bence Duncan's preparing to engage her. Head down the stairs and finish this!
What can you tell me about Kalar's position?
All I know is that Duncan thinks he has her pinned. He could use your help. You've more important things to do than stand around talking to me. Dismissed!
Alright, let's head on down.
All right, all right.
A massive pile of rubble fills the passageway, preventing anyone from exploring outer portions of Dragonspear Castle's
The
basement.
Sly One protects us in the darkness. Good thing, too, because this place is nasty.
Yeah, I hope nothing terrible happens. It would be awful if anything happened.
It's nearly over. Kalar retreated into this vault. There's no way out. Our mage reports a strange magical aura behind the door. We've got to be careful. Are you ready for the final battle?
What sort of magical aura? I detect powerful alteration magic tinged with evil. Illusion magic is in play as well. We'd best be cautious in penetrating this vault.
What do you say then? Are you ready for this final battle?
Ready? No. But it needs to happen regardless.
Well said. Open the door, soldiers. The Shining Lady's crusade ends now.
And so we reach the end of a long, long journey. If you only knew the sacrifices I made to bring us to this point, all of them worthwhile.
Yeah, I'm almost certainly betting this is a trap. Our mage detected illusion magic. Who else is here? Don't expect me to believe you're alone.
Change is upon us. Great and righteous change. You've come to face me, so do so. Now is our time.
That doesn't answer my question, ma'am.
Fernan, you've caught me in your spell as well. I can't move.
Have I now? How distressing for you. You'll just have to stand and watch as my plan reaches fruition.
Your plan? What do you mean? Heffernan, what are you doing?
You'll find out soon enough, my puppet. Once the devils begin their march into this world. Bleed, Ballspawn. Bleed for my master.
Gods help us all. They've opened the portal to the Nine Hells. Out! Everyone get out and get the vault door locked now!
Sir, what about...
Leave them. There's no time. We have to secure the vault immediately. Devils could flood this place any second.
Heffernan, what have you done? I will not let him corrupt our work by bringing forth an army of fiends! Crusaders, with me!
You know, I really think I must love you. There aren't many men I'd follow into one of the Nine Hells.
Yeah, if only we could have seen this coming! uh... Water will get you everywhere. Specifically, it'll get you into one of the Nine Hells. It's possible flattery wasn't the best idea in this case.
I regret nothing. Sure, I faced the legions of Avernus, but at least I'm doing so with decent company. I've faced worse than this in my time.
You have?
I have! When I was just a lad, I was exploring a cavern underwater deep at the behest of a lovely older man who taught me... Maybe I'll save that for another time? Epic tale of adventure and romance short, I stumbled into a portal to the Abyss. You think Avernus is bad, the Nine Hells have rules. The Abyss is a riddle wrapped in a mystery inside an enigma that's been swallowed by utter bloody chaos. I got out of that using nothing but my wits. We'll get through Avernus, too.
I believe you.
That's what I like about you. You're so delightfully gullible. Come here. One more kiss and we'll go finish this. And let's go finish this.
He's so delightful.
Avernus, the first pit of the Nine Hells assaults your senses. The stench of brimstone and curdled milk fills your nostrils, coating your tongue and throat in a nausea-inducing film. The bitter moans of the damned envelop you, pressing in from all sides, smothering. As your watering eyes grow accustomed to the dim lava light of the pit, you begin to feel the oppressive majesty of the blasted waste around you. In pursuing the Shining Lady, you have been brought to the darkest place imaginable, and the pursuit is not yet over. Crusader corpses litter the ground around you, but of Kayla herself, there is no sign.
Wow, things are kicking off already.
All right, all right.
Let's do what we came to do and be gone from here.
Thou dost always take me to such interesting places.
You should never have come to this place, mortals, but we're so very glad you did. Yeah, the warmest welcome.
Back, you devils! Back, I say!
We're the ones who should be going back, darn us. There's no going back for you mortals, nor forward either. Your journey ends here. You know what? I'm gonna help you guys out. Let's do this together.
You know, I don't think I've ever slain a fiend before. This should be fun.
More mortals come to entertain the poxbringer Ilaria. How wonderful. Minions, rip them to shreds and bring me their
It
hearts.
should be fun for someone at any rate. Watch out!
If you insist.
Take that! Take that!
I fear I need healing, lest I not survive.
Take that! No! Jahira!
Well, let's try this again. Really?
Back, you devils! Back, I say!
You know, I
Okay.
don't think I've ever slain a fiend before. This should be fun. Well, it should be fun for someone at any rate. Watch out!
Nature's servant awaits.
I count myself lucky to be part of such a group.
I need healing to fight on. Take care of.
Minsk! Only
You have
death
my
could
thanks.
ever separate
Without
thou
your
and
help,
I.
we would surely be dead by now.
Did you expect some other result when you charged headlong into one of the 9 hells?
It has all gone wrong. We were to have your blood to open the portal days ago. When we marched here, our numbers were to be legion.
We never expected to have to hold Dragonspear Castle for so long. Never suspected Heffernan would betray us, or Our Lady would charge into darkness alone and unaided.
My blood. That's why Kayla tried to kill me in Baldur's Gate?
Not killed. Kidnapped. You were no good to her dead. She needed divine blood. 'Tis the key that unlocks the door to hell. There is a bridge not far from here that leads to a grey stone tower. When last I saw Kayla, she was making her way toward it in pursuit of Heffernan.
You mean that dark, sinister tower over there? I don't suppose there's a less ominous and foreboding tower in the area by any chance? No, of course not. That would be too easy. Alright then, off I go. What of us? There's nothing but death for you here. Return to Dragonspear and I'll deal with Kalar.
I shall do as you say. May the lady... Tymora favor you. Farewell.
An open wound in Mother Earth. I would plug it had I the power.
All right.
Sword first!
Put everything back on.
Can I help you at once?
Yes, O omnipresent authority figure.
These notes are written in bloody ink that remains bright and sticky against the disturbingly warm parchment. Session 8355. Attending, Consumer of Sacred Souls, Lord of the Razor Peaks and Ruler of the Devouring Eyes, the Destroyer of Ancient Enemies, she who walks on shards of flint and bone, all other members in absentia. Destroyer of ancient enemies, as is known, I have long laid claim to a singular mortal soul, one with divine Consumer of souls. We know your plans well. How could they escape our notice? You've spoken of little but your return to the prime material plane ever since you returned to us. She who walks. Let us not waste time reviewing this yet again. Shall we move on to the next item? Destroyer. We will follow the agenda. That is the order of things, and order guides us in all. Lord of the Razor Peaks. Infinity weighs heavily on an unstimulated mind. She who walks? Infinity, yes, but it's been, a century by mortal reckoning? This continued obsession wearies me. Destroyer. Perhaps changing circumstances will prove more intriguing than my wearisome ordeal. Another has claimed the soul I seek. The exile is a mortal, yes, but he is possessed of dire power, sufficient even to threaten us. Scribe's hand. Mortal powerful enough to challenge my master? This cannot be. She who walks. He wouldn't dare provoke our wrath. Destroyer. Are you certain of that? He is in at Baldur's Gate. He stalks my prey. Consumer of souls. Such arrogance! You must know the Accord supports your claim. Destroyer. He keeps his distance, for now, but if he seizes what is ours, you must be prepared to act as the terms of our alliance dictate. The scribe said, they do not know, none of them know. When the destroyer's plans unfold, they will all appreciate his cunning. She who walks. We have sworn with our blood to uphold this accord. If the exile challenges one, he challenges all. Consumer of souls? Agreed. Lord of the Razor Hills, the past is consumed as if in a fiery furnace. We must turn our gaze to the future. She who walks? Indeed. Let us move on to the next item. Destroyer, by all means. Scribe's hand. They look at him and see a lowly worm, but the destroyer is the strongest of them all. Soon everyone will know this truth, and I will say with pride that I serve him. Intrigue in the Hells. News at 11. Yeah, gotta love them politics.
I will recover.
Yeah, I realize, this is probably not the best place to be trying to get a nap in, but... Yeah.
If you insist.
Corpses of crusaders and devils litter these pitted stairs. It's cozy and warm.
If you insist.
Swords do not.
Take that!
I think I'd rather the screams of the
If you insist.
damned not have anything to do with us. There we go, that went much smoother.
This is no sight for mortal eyes.
You think?
Come then, you craven fiends! Come and meet your doom.
Kayla, wait! Please, talk to us! You promised to restore my wife, my children, yet all you've brought us is more death. I look in your eyes now and I see nothing but madness.
You call me mad? I'll show you madness! No! I'll not kill an innocent man. I've not fallen so far as that. But I cannot stop now. Do as you will. Join me or no. I care not. Your part in this is done. Now let me do mine!
This has to end, Kalar. Come back to Dragonspear. We will seal the portal together.
I cannot stop. There's no turning back for me, not now. I swore an oath once, long ago. I must keep it.
Hi.
You have come far, but Thrix the Profane's master would have you go no further. For now.
Who is this master you speak of? You'll meet him yourself once he's done with the Argent. Assuming you survive that long, of course. Fellow fiends, attend, Thrix! Tear this one apart, that we may see what it is made of. Khalid, please.
Forgive me.
I'm certain to die without immediate aid.
My insides are becoming my outsides.
Yeah, my insides are not that exciting, sir.
What would you have me do?
You have come far. But Thrix the Profane's master would have you go no further. For now.
Yes.
Advance! That way!
Goddess protection from evil work again. One creature only.
Forgive me. In the heat of the moment I lost myself. It won't happen again, I promise.
Let's make sure we have all our spells memorized. Resist fear would probably be better for now.
What would you have me do? All right, all right!
Come then, you craven fiends! Come and meet your doom!
Kayla, wait! Please, talk to us! You promised to restore my wife, my children, yet all you've brought us is more death. I look in your eyes now and I see nothing but madness.
You call me mad? I'll show you madness! I'll... No! I'll not kill an innocent man. I've not fallen so far as that. But I cannot stop now. Do as you will. Join me or no, I care not. Your part in this is done. Now let me do mine! I cannot stop. There's no turning back for me, not now. I swore an oath once, long ago. I must keep it.
All right.
Your wish? Hurry up! Very well.
Should make our lives a bit easier.
Come far, but Thrix the Profane's master would have you go no further. For now.
Really?
I'm certain to die without immediate aid.
How do I prevent people from getting, mind controlled? That would be really handy. I need protection the most because they're, my frontline fighters.
What would you have me do?
You called?
Your wish? Very well.
You have come far, but Thrix the Profane's master would have you go no further. For now.
Casson.
Ow!
All right.
And
Hurry up!
No one saw that.
Nature's servant awaits.
please revive your husband, man.
All right.
What's all this shit?
Do it.
For the group.
If none are better.
Ah, it has been too long since Minsk journeyed with such a fine companion.
And please snap out of it.
Whatever thy wills.
There we go.
You fight well. Thrix the Profane is impressed. Thrix's master bid him bar all but the Argent for a time, and Thrix would not want to disappoint his master, unless... If Thrix believed his master would not be his master much longer, if he believed you might slay his master, then Thrix might allow you passage. Master has been most vexing since the business with Kren Shinnabon. Thrix is weary.
If Thrix really wanted his master to fall, Thrix might offer more assistance than merely standing aside.
You are in the first and greatest of the hells, little thing. Nothing here comes free. But perhaps you might be interested in a wager.
Thrix has 3 items that might be of use to one who would storm the Basalt Tower. This blade, sharper than the loudest shriek. This helm that cradles the head more softly than a mother does her newborn babe. This staff is gnarled and ugly, all but useless. But if you win my bet, it or one of the others would be yours. If I take this bet and win, I get one of your items. And if I lose, Thrix will take one of your friends. I'm leaning towards either 2 or 3. Flat out refusal or wagering myself. Yeah, you know what? Let's do it. Let's wager our own soul.
You willingly gamble your own soul. Oh, Thrix likes you. And he agrees. You'll make a fine addition to his collection. And now, the riddle. You should like this, child of Baal. Thrix's riddle was devised for you, and you alone.
I'm not sure I like the sound of that. Yeah, it's fine. We'll just roll back.
Now, tell me what I speak of. A useful tool, though most despise it. In light, it can topple kingdoms. In shadows, it sustains nations. Paupers fear it daily. Kings fear it deeply. You were born to serve it, but because of it, you will die. What is it?
You speak of murder, devil.
You have answered my riddle. Aren't you clever? Clever, clever ball spawn. Now choose your prize.
Give me the staff. You want this gnarled piece of wood? No, Thrix thinks not. The sword is what you want. The sword or the helm. That just makes me want the staff more. Also, you're talking to a wizard. Do you really think I'm going to take the other 2? Take it then.
Thrix's master should be finished with the Shining Lady by now. Enter freely and of your own will.
Don't you go quoting Dracula on me.
Stinking evil. Actually, this evil is not as smelly as it usually is. We come for you anyway. Well, scrubbed evil.
Echo of the Fiend. Ooh. A devil of Avernus once possessed this gnarled wooden staff. Though the devil long since escaped from the staff, a residue of its essence permeated the weapon and lingers still. When a command word is spoken, an aura of fire springs up around anyone wielding the staff. Though the flames leave the wielder untouched, they sear others with devastating heat. Yeah, pleasure doing business with ya. Let's, rest them quick though. Alright. Set into the basalt walls are doors of iron, molded in the visage of a damned soul. Look upon the doors to catch a fleeting glimpse of the horror Avernus offers all who find themselves lost within it.
Very well.
You must gather your party before venturing forth.
Screams of the damned are muted within the basalt tower, but the maggot stench of the place nearly overwhelms you. With every breath it slithers into your body, its barbed tendrils raking your lungs.
Though I can see in the dark, I still prefer the surface.
All right, all right.
In the center of the basalt tower, an iron lattice hangs over a shadowy abyss. 4 massive chains to the corners of the grate lead upwards into
My
the darkness.
toes are hungry. They need more evil butts to kick.
4 massive chains to the corners of the
not
grate.
delivering us unto our doom.
Could you guys stop interrupting me while I'm trying to set the scene here? 4 massive chains to the corners of the grate lead upwards into a darkness above as ominous, or more so than the one below.
Ow!
Yeah.
Are we there yet? Come on, come on! Cloak shadows, cloaks shadow! I am so bored!
Careful, what you wish for, hon.
If you
I
insist.
should back up.
Ow! 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 Take that!
Swing and a miss!
What would you have me do?
As you direct.
Less talk, more fight! That stings, doesn't it, evil?
Another try.
In Baravar's name!
Swing and a miss!
Ow!
If you insist.
Another try I shall give.
There we go.
know what I want, Belafet. Release him!
You make a mockery of your uncle's sacrifice in coming here, Azimar. But I will grant you your desire. After a fashion. You and On will be together. Your cage will hang next to his. Ah, the child of Baal. Welcome. Welcome. You're just in time to witness the fall of Kalar Argent.
What's going on here, Kalar?
Damn you, Heffernan! It was your treachery that brought me to this.
My treachery and your arrogance, shining lady.
This is the secret of Kalar's crusade. There is only one soul in Avernus Kalar has ever cared for. Her uncle on Argent, a man who sacrificed all to save her.
Wait, slow down. On sacrificed himself for Kalar.
So long I was trapped here, unable to reach the material plane. And then this child walked willingly, blindly, into my domain. No mere mortal, either, but an Azimar, and an Argent, and mine. All mine.
If she was yours, how did she fight against you now?
I offered him my soul in exchange for my nieces. You should not have returned here, Kalar. I hoped, I prayed you would learn from your mistake. That time would bring you wisdom and humility.
All in vain. She never forgot her uncle's sacrifice, never forgave herself for his loss, and never stopped seeking a way to restore him.
And so I have a ball spawn to add to my collection. You, On Argent, Kalar, all will be part of my menagerie of souls.
You have defeated me, I see that now. But consider a moment the ways I might be of use to you.
Kalar, no! Do not do this!
You would serve me, Kalar Argent? You would be a blackguard in service to Belifet?
No, Kalar, you can't have fallen so far as that. Fight with me. Belafet's death will be the first stone laid on the path to your redemption.
After everything I've done, you would have me at your side? So be it. The Child of Baal and the Shining Lady will stand together against this devil's darkness.
You are as arrogant as my mistress, and you will share her fate.
Your wish?
Ow! 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 Ow!
My insides are becoming my outsides.
Well, that didn't work out quite so well. Yeah, not the most well thought out plan here. Oh, of course, the one person who doesn't have resist fear gets hit with the fear. Okay, let's try this again.
You know what I want, Belafet. Release him!
You make a mockery of your uncle's sacrifice in coming here, Azimar. But I will grant you your desire. After a fashion. You and On will be together. Your cage will hang next to his. Ah, the child of Baal. Welcome. Welcome. You're just in time to witness the fall of Kalar Argent.
What's going on, Kalar?
You Heffernan! It was your treachery that brought me to this.
My treachery and your arrogance, shining lady.
This is the secret of Kalar's crusade. There is only one soul in Avernus Kalar has ever cared for. Her uncle on Argent, a man who sacrificed all to save her.
So long I was trapped here, unable to reach the material plane. And then this child walked willingly, blindly, into my domain. No mere mortal, either, but an Azimar, and an Argent, and mine. All mine.
I offered him my soul in exchange for my nieces. You should not have returned here, Kalar. I hoped, I prayed you would learn from your mistake. That time would bring you wisdom and humility.
All in vain. She never forgot her uncle's sacrifice, never forgave herself for his loss, and never stopped seeking a way to restore him.
And so I have a ball spawn to add to my collection. You, On Argent, Kalar, all will be part of my menagerie of souls.
You have defeated me, I see that now. But consider a moment the ways I might be of use to you.
Kalar, no! Do not do this!
You would serve me, Kalar Argent? You would be a blackguard in service to Belifet?
After everything I've done, you would have me at your side? So be it. The Child of Baal and the Shining Lady will stand together against this devil's darkness.
You are as arrogant as my mistress, and you will share her fate.
Alright, let's get this party started.
Ow! 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 Can I help you?
If you insist.
Thy called. I shall.
Take that! Ow! Ow!
This will not work. I must try a different tech.
Oh, jeez! Sir? Oh no! Oh no! Help!
Ow!
This isn't doing any good!
Swing and a miss!
Thank you, Kalar!
Whatever thy wills.
My insides are becoming my outsides.
Heal! Someone heal me!
Nature's servant awaits.
I regret nothing.
I promise thee, thy death shall not be in vain.
Thank you, Kalar!
Yes?
Yes, oh, as you direct.
Aye, yes.
Whatever thy
On!
wills.
I'm done here.
You've a task?
They must heal me.
An awkward time for it, but revive the boyfriend, please.
Sword first.
You called? Yep.
Blasted Khalid! You die. I swear you'll never hear the end of it.
Let's talk more fight.
Yep.
Hey back, friend. Heal thyself.
As you direct.
Never mind. Ah, goddamn.
I promise thee, thy death shall not be in vain.
After all this time, this cannot be the end. This cannot be.
Of course, she prioritizes her husband.
Once.
Yeah. Yeah, I never said I blamed her.
You want fool? Let's talk more fight!
With flair!
Yes?
Just slam back all our healing potions here. Seems like a good time to be consuming them.
Thy demand?
What would you have me do?
Alright, I think that's everybody.
If you insist.
I can scarcely believe it. Everything I did, every sacrifice I made, all to reach this moment. You are free at last, Uncle.
I know not what you did to make this happen, Kayla. Whatever it was, the cost was too great.
I have no family of my own, sir, but if I did, there's little I wouldn't do to save them.
I do have family, and I would tear down the gates of all the hells to spare them suffering.
I sacrificed myself to ensure my niece never saw this place again. You knew my wishes, Kayla. Why did you defy them?
Do you think so little of me, Uncle? Did you truly believe I would leave you to rot in the Devil's claws?
I expected my niece to honor her uncle's wishes. How long has it been since we last spoke, Kayla? Have you learned nothing in all those years?
She learned much, though not, I think, the lessons you would have had her take from her experiences.
I was brought up in the Order of the Aster. My Aasimar heritage and the Argent name assured me a place of honor as a paladin of the Morning Lord. Or so I thought at the time. I had such confidence then. such certainty of purpose. I knew I would rise to greatness. Knew it in my bones. All that barred my ascent were my superiors in the Order. They sought to teach me humility. I see that now. But I could not bring myself to bow to their authority. To any authority but Lathander's. Perhaps not even his. I was told to watch over the library. To guard the volumes within, for they held knowledge critical to the Order's success in the battle against darkness. I coveted that knowledge. In my arrogance, I read aloud from the pages, not understanding the forces I was invoking.
Well, there's your first problem, reading them out loud.
That was how a girl not yet 10 years old found herself in this pit, in that cage.
Yet you escaped its bars. You must have.
I was freed, yes. But the cost... it was too much to bear. I couldn't do it, Uncle. Forgive me. I couldn't.
Mon offered himself to Belafet in your place.
All I could do was offer another soul in trade. One without the stain of arrogance. One that was of the Argent line, of a paladin at the height of his powers. I made this sacrifice hoping that Kayla might someday find redemption for her sins. But she is here before me, and I now know she chose another path.
A heavy toll was paid, by me and those who followed me. A heavier one still was exacted from those who stood in my path. Am I without regret? No. Would I do it again? Without hesitation.
You'd hesitated just once in your life. One time, somewhere along the line, countless lives might have been spared.
Lives are lost every day with no purpose that any but the gods can see. Those who sacrificed themselves in my name have saved a great man from an unjust fate. You may admire me or not as you wish. I am an Argent. I hold myself to the highest standard. I know I did evil, though I did it in pursuit of good. I must answer for my crimes.
Yes, you do.
Divine blood was the key to opening Dragonspear's portal to Avernus.
The blood of a powerful devil will lock it once again.
Here, take this key. It will open the Dragonspear vault. I'll not be returning to Toril.
What? No, Kayla. I'll not allow it.
You'd remain in this cursed place rather than face the Sword Coast's justice, Kalar? You fear the Council of Four and the Lords of Waterdeep more than you do the denizens of Avernus?
The portal can only be closed from this side. Someone must remain behind. I shall sever Avernus's connection to Toril, and then stand guard. Whosoever would cross the threshold to Dragonspear will first face Kalar Argent. I can do nothing to change the past. What future I have is here, in this place. That was true from the moment I first summoned Belafet. Uncle, please, go now, before Avernus's legions overtake us. Do what you can to redeem the Argent name of the shame I brought upon it, I beg you.
May Lathander's light shine upon you, child.
We are home, Boo!
The rift twixt the worlds is closed.
I went to Avernus and came back. I really did. And nobody who wasn't here will ever believe it.
It is done. Avernus will threaten us no more.
You would not have survived Avernus but for you and your friend. I owe you a debt I shall never be able to repay. Fate is sealed in Kalar. She has done what she must. It's strange to be in the world again. Just put my life back together.
I will do what I can to help you.
Can I talk to the rest of my party members? No.
Hold your fire! Everyone, hold your fire! It's good to see you. What happened?
The portal to Avernus is closed.
And what of our shining lady?
Orson de Lancey of Waterdeep, let me introduce you to On Argent, Knight of the Order of the Aster. I'll let him tell you what's happened to Kalar.
It is an honor to make your acquaintance, Master Argent. I wish it were under different circumstances. If there is anything I can do for you, please don't hesitate to let me know. Our forces are sweeping the castle now, checking for traps or pockets of resistance. The surviving Crusaders have either fled or surrendered. The siege is ended, as is the threat of the Nine Hells. I believe the time has come to celebrate.
Bedding in the castle will be set up for you and other worthies who proved themselves in battle. When you finish celebrating down here, speak with Sergeant Dazzo. You'll find him on the stairs up to the main floor. He'll take care of you.
Is that all you've got for the savior of Dragonspear? You can do better than that. 3 cheers for the hero of Baldur's Gate!
Yep. Nothing bad will happen to us ever again. I'll admit I had my doubts about you, Sarah, but you proved yourself more than worthy as an ally. I'm honored to have fought beside you. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to go check on Ski. With Kalar defeated, there will likely be some revelry, and she can be overly celebratory if you grasp my meaning. He wants to make sure she doesn't overindulge.
I have many fine wares.
Boy there! Good work with Kalar and the portal and, my hells and whatnot. This couldn't have defeated the Crusade without you. Yes. Yes, totally. There's nothing to worry about. She won't overindulge or anything. Yeah.
Yeah?
Kalar's gone. Won't be long before the two Tulls turn on me now.
Be direct.
Shining Lady's crusade lies in ruins. My patron will be most pleased with this day's doings. There was but one way this could end. All light will falter in the Olaf of Shar.
Look at this. The bloody hero of Baldur's Gate honours us with his presence.
We all contributed to this night's victory, Durgar.
Not all of us will be so celebrated as you, oh hero.
You think the sheep herders and the turnip pickers be singing Fogg's praises? You're mad, elf. But you did good work with the Shining Witch, and there's no doubt in it. Now be on your way, I want to finish up here before that little rock-picker Belgom tries to say what plunder there is to be had as the fists now. And so another woman of strength is laid low by the entrenched power of the Sword Coast's elites. I'd be sad if the witch hadn't had it coming. Yes, you dealt with Kalar Argent. Good work. What more do you want? Perhaps a pat on the head. Would that make you happy?
Good. You're still here. I was hoping to have a word with you in private.
Really? Forgive me for saying so, Torsten Delancey, but I rather got the impression you didn't like me.
I made some hard choices down here. Do not think I made them lightly, or for personal reasons. I am sworn to protect Waterdeep, and I will do whatever I must to fulfill that oath. Actually, it's that city I love that I wish to speak with you about. Baldur's Gate has done well by you, I know, but have you ever considered taking up residence elsewhere? The Lords of Waterdeep have deep pockets. They could make your life very comfortable.
How comfortable is very comfortable?
In truth, were you to come to Waterdeep, I see no reason you should want for anything ever again. The world is yours for the taking, should you wish it. We will talk again soon, I'm sure. Until then, relax. The gods know you've earned a rest.
I'm impressed. When I learned it was you in the vault, I wasn't certain you would be equal to the task. I'm rarely so pleased to be wrong.
You are more than welcome in my sight.
Could I have a moment to describe the countless ecstasies to be found suffering in Ilmater's name? No? Another time, then. How can I help you, hero? Give me your healing. What have we got? Look at this, Sarah. Look at it lying there, just glowing. What a waste.
Oh, 'tis the hero of Baldur's Gate. Or perhaps a new sobriquet is in order. Liberator of Dragonspear, Bane of the Shining Lady.
I prefer it if people just called me by my name, thanks.
Sometimes it is necessary to take up arms for the greater good. But humility is the true mark of a hero.
This hero could learn a thing or two about being a hero. Leave it to Volkin. One night, and let us say 3 casks of ale, and I will have found the words to match your deeds. Your tale will be told alongside those of the great heroes of old.
Take some time to savor our victory. You earned it. My companions and I will continue working to root out any further pockets of resistance that may remain in the castle or around it. Fare thee well.
Good luck with that, friend.
Yes?
Keelar's threat is eliminated, but I fear I am no closer to finding the one I seek. Still, Selûne put me on this path. I must follow it wherever it takes me. Sorry I didn't do your quest, Rasad. It is our names the Skalds will praise in the days and years to come, but had Keelar been victorious, things would have been different. Ah, Voglin is no fan of thinking. Certainly not when there is drinking to be done, ho ho. If you see a wineskin, be sure to send it mine way, yeah?
Still we wait.
Mutt, I'm Dazu of Waterdeep, and if I may say, it has been an honor to fight alongside the former hero of Baldur's Gate. Former hero of the Gate? Have you heard something I haven't? Baldur's Gate can no longer claim you for its own. You represent more than a city. You are a champion of the Sword Coast and all the realms. Right now, all I represent is an extremely tired man. You should head upstairs and get some rest then, sir. Enjoy the respite while you can, my lord. You can't be sure how long the calm will last these days. The celebrations last long into the night. Between the feasting and the drinking, you hardly have time to shake hands with all those... God damn it.
Ski Silvershield. Born into privilege, yet driven to rebel against the destiny her father mapped out for her.
Leave that up for a moment.
She has been challenged, as you have. Has she proven worthy, or been found wanting? Let us see.
What's happening? I don't understand. No! No!
All right.
I'd rather not. Help? Leave me alone. Yep. Thank you for that. No matter. All that I truly require is your presence. Yep.
What the hells? No. Gods! No! What have you done? What have you done?
I don't know.
You killed the daughter of a Grand Duke of Baldur's Gate. Gods help you. No one else will be able to.
No, no, this can't be. It can't. You know me, Corin. You know I couldn't have done this. I want to believe you, I really do.
In the name of the Council of Four, you are under arrest for the murder of Ski Silvershield. You will return to Baldur's Gate to be tried for your crime.
You and I have had our issues, Corporal Duncan, but you can't believe I did this, can you?
What would you have me believe? An innocent girl lies dead at your feet. Your hands are red with her blood. I will do what I must.
You return to Baldur's Gate under circumstances much darker than anyone would have believed. What should have been a moment of crowning triumph is instead a nightmare beyond your understanding. Ski Silvershield lies dead, seemingly at your hand. The Siege Force's clerics are unable to revive her. Her magically preserved body has been transported to Grand Duke Entar Silvershield, who clings to the faint hope that his daughter might someday be resurrected. You share that hope. Without Ski, you may never know the truth of what happened that dark night. Once you thought yourself free of your father's taint. But as you journeyed to Dragonspear Castle, you realized this was not so. You are a child of Baal, Lord of Murder. A piece of him resides in you. Has it grown beyond your control? Was yours the hand that plunged the dagger into Ski Silvershield's breast? You do not know, and that fact haunts you. When you left Baldur's Gate, people cheered you as the city's hero. Now they look upon you and see something very different.
We've heard the testimony of those who traveled with the Flaming Fist expedition to Dragonspear Castle. Many told of how the accused was found in Dragonspear's main hall with Ski Silvershield dead at his feet. Corporal Bence Duncan bore witness to a disturbing incident involving the accused at Borskir Bridge. He is here to share his recollections.
Bridgeport was under siege by the Crusade. The accused led an attack, driving Kalar's forces off. After that, he collapsed while crossing Borskir Bridge. The symbol of Baal, Lord of Murder, sealed itself into the stones around him.
child of murder! Evil poisons your blood!
The mark of Baal does not in itself prove guilt, but it does cast a darker shadow of suspicion upon the accused. We cannot forget that Saravak, another spawn of Baal, brought our city to the brink of war. Thank you for your service, Corporal. You may go. As for you, our diviners have presented evidence of your deeds since leaving Baldur's Gate, deeds that speak to your character. Is there anything you wish to say in your defense?
I would never have killed Ski. All the evidence shows I am not a murderer. Elaborate. When I met a former servant of Baal, I instructed her to atone for her crimes and do good in the world. I'm not a slave to my father's will.
So noted. Is there anything more you would say in your defense?
Let's go down the list. When soldiers of the Coalition camp fell, I could have recommended they be killed to prevent infection. Instead, I did all that I could to find a cure. I ask you, is this the act of a murderer?
So noted. Is there anything more you would say in your defense?
The pursuit of Kalar took me to the wastes of Avernus. A fiend offered to let me pass freely there, if I sacrificed one of my companions. I offered myself up instead.
So noted. Is there anything more you would say in your defense?
No, I'm ready for your decision.
We've heard much evidence today, both for your character and against it. Now what is that commotion?
Out of my way, you sniveling pigs!
We can't let you do that, my lord.
Do you know to whom you speak? I'll have your family on the street begging for coppers if you don't let me pass.
You do not want to do this, Entar.
Do not tell me what I want. I know what I want. You, murderer, you killed my little girl. My Ski.
You must believe me, Duke Silvershield. I was not responsible for her death.
You put on a good act, but I know the truth. It wasn't enough to slay her bodily and leave me childless. You had to destroy her soul too?
This is not the time.
Tell me what you did with it, fiend. Before they send you to the gallows, tell me, what did you do with the dagger?
Please calm yourself, Duke Silvershield. I don't know what you're talking about.
The priests can do nothing. She's gone forever. My Ski.
Order! Give me order or I'll have the square cleared. Order! A father's grief is an irrational thing. Let us return to the facts. We've heard the evidence and your own defense. Have you anything else you wish to say?
And what's this dagger Duke Silvershield spoke of? And what happened to Ski's soul?
Peering into the weave, our diviners determined that Ski Silvershield's soul now languishes within an artifact called the Soul Taker Dagger. All efforts to locate the dagger have amounted to naught. While her essence is imprisoned thus, Ski can never be returned to life. If we had the Soul Taker, she might possibly be restored and confirm your innocence, If indeed you are innocent.
Guilty, I say. Guilty.
The Flaming Fist will take custody of the prisoner until a decision is reached. Take him away.
Good morning.
Is it morning? It's hard to tell in here. I'm not here to discuss the time. I'm here to ask you to end this madness. The city's endured much of late. The Iron Crisis, Saravok, the Crusade, now this. The dark days must end. And they won't, not with you languishing here claiming innocence. Care for Baldur's Gate even a little. Admit your crime. Accept the punishment given you. You'd have me throw myself on the sword for what? The benefit of those who betrayed me? For the benefit of those who still believe in you. I called you the hero of Baldur's Gate. A true hero will sacrifice himself for the greater good. Give the city a chance to heal, please. Goodbye, Saran.
Hey.
You, Glint. I was afraid I'd never see you again.
You almost didn't. I needed some time to come to terms with what they say you did. And I still haven't. Did you kill her? I saw you, you know. The blood on your hands, the dagger at your feet. I don't want to believe it, so I won't. Be strong. I will find a way to get you out of here.
Thanks, Glint.
Chains become you, child of Baal. The people you saved have turned on you, treating you as some nightmare made flesh. How does it feel to be trapped in a cell after all you've done for this city?
This isn't right. I didn't kill Ski. I could never do such a thing. This makes no sense.
Life offers no justification for the ills it inflicts on us. None know this better than I. I warned you of the darkness running through your veins. Divine blood is not to be trifled with. Without control, power is naught but peril. But I am confident you will survive this. A greater destiny awaits you. Rise. It is time. You know what you must do. Embrace the darkness coiling within you. Take the dagger. Kill her. Take it. Even now you resist. You are more powerful than I thought. All that I truly require is your presence. Curious, your mind is not so open to me as it once was. You resist my will. Your power grows, child of Baal. Awake. Tell me, What did you see?
It was you. You killed Ski Silvershield. You set me up!
Despite my efforts, you remember. Impressive.
Show you impressive, mage. When I escape, I'm coming for you.
Greater powers than you have challenged me, yet I still stand. You will escape this place. We will meet again. Fear that meeting, child of Baal. We have so far to go together.
If you insist.
How are you?
Duke Belt, it's good to see you. I have news. I know who slew Ski now.
You know the killer's name? You have proof?
I don't have his name or proof of the crime, but you have to find him.
Justice is an ideal we must all strive for. But circumstances do not allow for the ideal. The Council of Four must bow to the practical. Were you anyone else, this would be a simple matter. For Entar, it is very simple. He wants your head. That will not change anytime soon, certainly not while his daughter remains in her current state. But you are the slayer of Saravok, the hero of Baldur's Gate, the champion of Dragonspear. Your service to the Sword Coast is beyond dispute. Unfortunately, your heritage is now also beyond dispute. There can be no peace for a child of Baal. Those near you will inevitably suffer as Ski did. That is your nature. There are as many people in this city ready to fight and die for you as there are those baying for your blood. Baldur's Gate is in turmoil. After extensive deliberations, Eltan, Leah Janaf, and I have decided it would be best for all if you and the darkness within you left Baldur's Gate as quietly as possible. A guard will escort you out of the city. This is a poor reward for all you have done for us, I know, but it is the best we are allowed. Go someplace far from here and do not return. Fare thee well. Follow me.
I figured you weren't another Saravok. Think I figured wrong.
Who's?
Your belongings are on the table. Take what you can carry and head down to the trapdoor.
I'll wait for you downstairs.
You destroyed the Iron Throne in Kalar's crusade. Noble Pratt's a small price to pay for all of that, far as I'm concerned.
Very well.
Ready to say farewell to Baldur's Gate?
I have little choice in the matter.
Ah, yes or a no?
Yes, let's move forward.
Follow me and stay close. We'll be traveling through tunnels beneath the city. Duke Belt wants you kept away from the public. Rightly so, I think. Go down the stairs and head west. The cavern comes up outside the city gates.
Thanks.
Before you go, there's something I would say to you. My cousin was in Bridgefort. The Crusade spellstone had poisoned her. She was on the edge of death. You saved her. You saved the city from Saravok. You saved the Sword Coast from the Nine Hells. I don't care what anyone says about you. You're a hero. And that's all there is to it. Farewell.
Thanks.
All right, all right!
Where did he say to go? Head west. Let's see what's over this way. No, never mind.
I care not.
Evelyn!
Oh, that's great. I was scared you wouldn't.
Evelyn, how did you know where to find me? Duke Jannath told me what was happening. She offered to send a messenger if I wanted to keep training with her, but No, I wouldn't do that to you.
I'm so sorry. I should never have let you go to Dragonspear without me.
I miss you too, more than you know. Well, we're together again now. And that's the way it's going to stay. I'm not letting you out of my sight ever again. Come on, the sooner we're away from here, the better.
Very well.
Yay! Time.
Hey, everyone.
Nice!
I got him.
Rejoice, Boo! Our friends have returned to us.
It is good to see thee, Seiran. I'm glad the council saw past thy blood to thy heart. Yeah. This viper's pit of a city has wronged you, Seiran, but you are not alone. Do not let despair overtake your heart. You have your freedom at least, and with freedom there is hope. Well met, friend. Do not be disheartened in what has happened. Ryan believed in your goodness, and so will those who accuse you in time. I'm sure of it.
Could we maybe talk about this someplace, you know, far away from here?
Before we go, I want to thank you, all of you, for joining me in my hour of need. The Council of Four might not be willing to stand by you, but I always will. Now, let's get some distance between you and Duke Silvershield, alright?
Forward! I'm pretty sure the Flaming Fist isn't on our trail. Can we take a break? Just for a minute?
I think we could all use a rest.
Hey, do you feel a little off?
Your eyes burn as a thin, acrid mist rises from the ground and envelops you. Your mind clouds, shadowed figures strike and fade away. Your companion's cries echo in your skull, and the world around you fades to gray.
Well. Well, that's sure a cliffhanger to end things on, isn't it? Yeah. That sure wasn't a note to end on, wasn't it? No, I'm sure things will get better. Eventually. I totally have no idea what you're talking about. to play out because it's only fair. All these people put so much effort into this game, and they deserve recognition for that. Thank you. It's my first time beating it. After all this time. I inadvertently spoiled myself on some of the details. And I knew from the start what this was going to be leading to, because I knew, you know, this is an interquel. And I know how the second game starts. But it is kind of nice to actually get to see how we got to the beginning of the second game. It was a very enjoyable experience for me. And since we have so much free time, you know, usually I try to give some put some time between things, but let's say I roll into the second game from here. Take me a couple moments to actually get it set up, so I might stop and restart the stream, but okay. Going to this up for a moment while I fiddle with stuff. There we go. Okay. First things first, mirror to my damn iPad again. And